The journey to Stoke Moran, after arranging for a cab, Holmes, Watson, and Helen set off towards Stoke Moran. The countryside rolled by in a blur, but as they neared their destination, the landscape grew bleaker. Dense trees loomed over the winding road like silent sentinels, and the fog clung stubbornly to the damp air, almost as if it were reluctant to let them pass. As they approached Stoke Moran, the decaying estate loomed into view. The once grand manor was now in a state of disrepair, its walls cracked and ivy creeping up the sides as if nature were determined to reclaim it. Helen's eyes betrayed the deep unease she felt as she glanced at the house. "This place is a tomb," Watson muttered under his breath, more to himself than anyone else. Holmes gave no response but observed the estate with hawk-like precision, taking in every detail, the shattered windows, the rotting timbers, and the overgrown garden that seemed to choke the life out of anything within its reach. As they disembarked from the cab, Helen led them quietly through the gate. "We must be careful," she whispered. "Dr. Roylott is away for the afternoon, but I fear he could return at any moment." Holmes gave her a reassuring nod. "We shall be swift and thorough in our investigation. Lead us to the rooms in question." The trio made their way into the manor. The interior was as grim as the exterior, with peeling wallpaper and the musty scent of neglect permeating the air. Helen guided them down a narrow corridor toward the bedrooms. Holmes and Watson entered Julia's former room first. It was a simple space, dusty, with little evidence of recent use, but it was the details that drew Holmes' attention. He immediately noted the bell pull hanging by the bed, the ventilator connecting to the adjacent room, and the bed itself, which was inexplicably bolted to the floor. "What do you make of this, Watson?" Holmes asked, his voice carrying a faint trace of excitement. "A bed that cannot be moved, a ventilator that serves no proper function, and a bell pull that does not operate." Watson frowned as he examined the bell pull. "It's a dummy," he remarked. "It doesn't seem to be connected to anything at all." Holmes nodded approvingly. "Precisely. All of these features are deliberately constructed for a sinister purpose. I believe we are on the verge of uncovering how Julia Stoner met her death." Before Watson could inquire further, Holmes turned his attention to the ventilator. The opening was small, no larger than a fist, but it led directly to Dr. Roylott's room. "Very curious indeed," Holmes murmured. This ventilator was clearly intended to serve a purpose other than ventilation. "We must investigate the other room." They moved to Dr. Roylott's chamber, which was furnished in a peculiar manner. A large iron safe stood in one corner, and on the side table, a coil of rope lay coiled alongside a metal dish filled with milk. Holmes' eyes gleamed as he examined the items. "A safe, a dish of milk, and a length of rope," he mused. "Tell me, Watson, what manner of creature might require these provisions?" "A snake," Watson replied, a note of horror creeping into his voice. "Good heavens, Holmes, do you mean to say that Dr. Roylott—" "Yes, Watson," Holmes interrupted, his expression grave. "I believe Dr. Roylott has been training a deadly snake, which he used as a murder weapon. The ventilator provides access, the rope serves as a means of guiding it, and the bell pull gives it a pathway to the bed." Helen paled as the implications dawned on her. "Then my sister. She was bitten by a snake." "I am certain of it," Holmes confirmed. "And it is that very creature which now threatens your life, Miss Stoner. Tonight, Watson and I shall remain hidden in your room. If my suspicions are correct, we will encounter this speckled band and prevent it from claiming another victim." Helen nodded, her fear evident, but there was a glimmer of hope in her eyes. "Thank you, Mr. Holmes. I shall follow your instructions." With their plan set, Holmes and Watson made their way back to the village, where they secured a room at a local inn until nightfall. The hours passed slowly, the anticipation gnawing at their nerves, but Holmes remained calm, reviewing the details in his mind and preparing for the confrontation ahead.